We got a call. So we're just gonna check the parking lot here. Where was she last seen running through?
She went through here.
Through here? Boy, let's find this person. Just watch yourself. He was pulling hard. I think she might have went into one of the stairwells.
Don't move! Clear noise.
In September 2016, 60 camera crews across the nation captured 48 hours with the men and women who keep Canada safe. These are their stories.
There's danger every day.
Good morning. It's Friday, September the 9th.
Morning, Stephanie.
How are you?
I'm good. How is it that you beat me every morning?
Oh, you know how it is.
I guess I should get used to it by now.
Looks like it's going to be a busy one.
I'm sure it's upwards of 40. Friday, and it's our busiest day.
Glenn Eisen and Stephanie Hudson are prisoner transport sheriffs for the Alberta government.
We don't have the luxury of having these vehicles inside, so we try and get them warmed up so the custodies are comfortable when we're moving them.
Today, they're getting ready to move prisoners from Calgary's remand center to the provincial courthouse.
I go through each and every tank here. Just a quick visual on each. I'm always looking at the top, at our escape hatch, and I'm looking on the inside here to make sure there's no missing pieces of metal, because they can make all kinds of wonderful weapons from them.
In Alberta, violent crime is on the rise, due in part to an increase in gang-related homicides.
When I first started off, my wife was very worried about me, but that's part of being in law enforcement. We have a job to do.
Am I ever frightened? Yes, of course I am. I don't know what the day is going to entail. I don't know what the intel is going to be on the custodies that we're going to be dealing with, but I'm always on guard. This is what's going to have our loads on it, all our intel, and there's a GPS also with it so that they know where we're at and where we're going.
So I'm taking 20 shackles, and I'm also going to grab 20 cuffs. I always grab an extra set just in case there's any surprises. Although we operate in a very controlled environment, the potential for danger is very real. You've got to always keep that in the back of your mind that at any time, things could potentially go wrong.
Let's get her done.
Hello, sir.
Kevin? Good boy. Go. Kay is a 4-year-old Belgian Malinois. Good boy. They're almost like a German Shepherd. Kevin? A little smaller and a lot more hyper. Cut down on your sugar intake.
Kay has been part of Constable Robert Croon's work and family life for the last 4 years.
Good boy. That was a good boy.
He's very, very much a passive dog. He will play with my daughters, but he can turn it right back on again into police mode. Go. Good boy. He listens to me better than you do. You have to partner the right person with the right dog and the right dog with the right person. Oh, good boy. Gonna find those bad guys? Kay and me hit it off perfectly. Let's go. See ya.
Be careful.
I'm sure they do worry, but they also trust me. And I'm partnered with the best partner you could ever have in the world, a police service dog that I know in a heartbeat would give his life for mine. All right, good boy. Yeah, it's gross. Thanks. I needed that.
Securite, securite, securite. All vessels in Vancouver Harbor are required to provide the tanker, Kier Coleman, a clear first narrows.
Right, stopping. Thank you.
Over the next 48 hours, the Coast Guard's Marine Communications Center in Victoria will direct the movement of 1,000 ships in Canada's busiest waterway.
They'll be making a transit in through First Narrows, coming in for an anchorage into Vancouver Harbor.
The center also deals round the clock with a wide range of marine emergencies.
Victoria Coast Guard Radio. We handle about a call every 90 seconds in this room. Anywhere from broken down vessels or disoriented in the fog to more serious issues like fires, collisions, groundings. There's never a dull moment, that's for sure. Rescue Center, Victoria.
We're on an elevated roof that the boat cannot get to, but we definitely cannot leave this position in any degree of safety. Over.
Roger, understand. We'll get you some help. Please stand by. Well, I've never, ever experienced this in my 35-year career. There is a family on Discovery Island. They're reporting that they're being tracked by a wolf. I guess he's been on the island for quite a while, and once the people brought a dog on board, he became quite interested, I guess.
When the wolf first appeared on the island years ago, officials put a ban on pets to discourage interaction with it.
That is the first.
The family broke the rules, and now it's up to the Coast Guard to coordinate their rescue.
Looks like the M. Charles is in the area. They got some enforcement officers on board. They might go and see what they can do.
Okay. Got an ETA?
They're a couple of miles away.
It's pretty urgent. They're literally on top of the lighthouse, and the wolf is tracking around them.
For now, just stay where you feel is the safest.
So now we wait.
I was born in Saudi Arabia, and my family and I immigrated here when I was a year old. There is a cost to being visibly Muslim. I've been called a terrorist, told to go back home.
Worried for her own safety, Arij Elmi learned self-defense. Now she shares her knowledge with other women.
Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. I'm going to be teaching a small group of Muslim women some physical and verbal self-defense techniques.
Hot! Okay. This works because it's my big body part, which is my arm, against their small, weaker body part, which is the thumb. So we're gonna be a loud group of women. 1, hot, hot, 2, hot, 3, hot. Good.
I've lived in Toronto my whole life, and some over the last year is probably when I felt least comfortable.
2.
Hate crimes targeting the 1 million Muslim Canadians have more than doubled in the last 3 years.
2014, actually, my life was threatened on my way to work, and I actually froze. I didn't know what to do, and there was nowhere to go.
Could you hold it for me, Nadia? I want to show her. Thank you, and show her. I want to see a world in which every girl and woman is free from the threat of violence and the presence of violence in their lives.
Yes.
We're each owed that existence.
Yes, but out of breath.
Victoria Radio, confirm your situation's okay for now, over.
Of course, on the roof here. We're unsure if the wolf is still directly north of us, at what I think is the old lighthouse pad. We can't see him, but that doesn't mean he's not there right now.
Roger that.
Mark Simpson coordinates the rescue of a family who believe they're being tracked by a wolf.
2 adults, 2 kids, and a dog. Obviously, the dog is the appetizer.
The family was hiking on a part of the island off limits to people and pets.
M. Charles, Victoria Radio.
We are on scene, standing off about a cable off the beach at Seabird Point. We have the family of 4 in sight. They are safe.
M. Charles, Victoria Radio, Roger, copy that. Thank you. Standing by. 2 conservation officers have the family, and they're escorting them down to the FRC.
The family is rescued by patrol vessel M. Charles.
They're being escorted down to the shore, and they'll be put onto our little boat.
Fortunately, they were able to go ashore and escort the people off the island to a safe place. A happy ending to this one, that's for sure. Oh, well, there you go. You know, we really never know what's going on, and I think that's what keeps it interesting. You never really know what's going to happen. Rescue Center, Victoria.
You see water on that fire there.
DCC from Sheriff Hudson. ETA 10 minutes.
10 for us.
Prisoner transport sheriffs Glenn Eisen and Stephanie Hudson head in a convoy to the Calgary Court Center with 20 prisoners on board.
We have 4 or 5 that are high profile, unpredictable behavior, violent.
Individuals on board face charges ranging from kidnapping to murder.
Hey guys, come on through.
This way, guys.
The prisoners are escorted to cells to await their court appearances.
Self-defense is not a crime.
I'm always in that ready mode. These guys are waiting to go before the courts on some very serious charges, and their behavior might be very unpredictable. We'll move this guy individually because he's kind of a problem.
This load can't go with that other load. They have to be separate from each other.
To avoid problems,
How you doing?
the sheriffs move opposing gang members separately.
Just let us know when you're clear. Okay.
With the prisoners unloaded, Glenn and Stephanie move inside to help with pat-downs.
Just pass me your shoes.
They search for contraband, such as matches or razors, anything that could be used as a weapon.
Not only are we trying to protect ourselves from them, but we're also trying to protect them from each other. Put your shoes on. And often it's just protecting them from themselves. This is the one that says be separate. Almost done. Fear is a natural human reaction, but would I ever allow the custodies to see that fear in me? No. Sheriff Hudson, you good?
I'm good.
Well done this morning.
Hey, buddy. Oh, good boy. It's gonna be a good night tonight? Gonna find some bad guys? Yeah, you are. Beginning of our nights are kind of slower, so this is a good time for us to train. Hi, Brent. Do you mind doing a short track for Kay? I'll give you 5.
Constable Robert Kroon's colleague hides so that Kay can practice tracking his scent.
Good boy. There's really no difference between an operational track and a practice track for Kay. Down, look, sook, sook. So when I put him out, the boy, finest guy. He is definitely tracking the bad guy. Good boy. Dogs' noses are 2,000 times stronger than the average human. They can smell the skin cells that are constantly falling off people, so he can detect human odor very well.
When Kay picks up a human scent, he's trained to ignore other odors and track only that person.
Where is he? When he's put out to a task, he searches and searches and goes, and that's what we really want. Find this guy. Good boy. Find this guy. Speak to that guy. Good boy, show me your hands. Stand up. Don't move. Good boy. Good boy. Oh. Kay's raring and ready to go.
Rob and Kay are 1 for 1, but the night is just beginning.
Friday night, I'm gonna be busy.
The following events took place across Canada over 48 hours in September 2016.
We're sitting north of Douglas Bay.
Nabs in the water.
Agent's got a line through.
Near Vancouver, Coast Guard members search for a missing scuba diver at the site of an old shipwreck.
The reports were that the diver was in the second compartment.
Coast Guard Search and Rescue responds to 6,000 maritime incidents a year and saves an average of 30 lives every 48 hours.
I'm on the hole now.
Yeah, Roger, it looks like you're in the right hold now.
Visual on the diver. Diver is unconscious.
Get ready to extract. Stand by the surface.
Divers at the surface.
Jamie McNabb successfully rescues the unconscious diver. A mannequin.
found him.
Yeah.
How was the biz in there?
Great. Until you started kicking stuff out, of course. It was a great training dive, and it was, seamless in the sense that we didn't have any problems going down or getting the diver in and out.
There's a lot of recreational diving that happens in the area. So it's important for us to train doing what we might have to do so that when we get in that position, we're prepared for it.
Bonjour. Can't walk around with open alcohol.
Oh, we got a call.
Back in Niagara, Constable Robert Kroon and Kay are dispatched to a casino to track a female wanted on an arrest warrant.
Kay's been on long enough as a police dog that once he hears the lights and sirens, he's up and going, ready to go. We're just gonna check the parking lot here.
Getting there before other odors contaminate the scene is key to Kay's success.
This is probably one of the toughest environments for us to get a track. There's hundreds of people around. Where was she last seen running through?
She went through here, then she tucked underneath the fence.
Come.
Rob takes Kay to where the female suspect was last seen,
Sit.
in hopes that he'll pick up her scent.
You have to pick up the track from where you last had odor, and hopefully your dog will work it out. Kay's on it. Stay. Good boy, through. Boy, let's find this person, come on. A person can hide their sound, they can hide out of sight. They can't hide their body odor. He seemed to want to go up there, which would make sense if she's hiding. Once I gave him the command, just the way his reactions were, going up a wall, going into small crevices, back around cars. Good boy, go. There was no doubt in my mind we were on this person. Just watch yourself. Nighttime for us is potentially a lot more dangerous. I want to make sure a bad guy hasn't doubled back and now he's behind me. He was pulling hard. Well, I think she might have went into one of the stairwells. Can you access the stairwells right there?
Rob sends his colleagues to search one stairwell, while he and Kay check out the other.
I got her in a first level.
Down there. Perfect. We were able to put the officers that were attending with me in the vicinity of the suspect, who in return started to run and was apprehended by one of the cover officers I had with me. Good boy. Had we not tracked to that area, there wouldn't have been a police officer there when she ran. So she's apprehended, she'll be going to jail, and we can move on to the next call.
241, I copy.
So we got a call.
Well, white male, approximately 20 to 30.
So we have a weapons call, male, no shirt on, running around, shooting a gun.
Last known place will be corner, Drummond and Lundy.
This is a call with a guy shooting a gun. So on the way there, you got to prepare yourself for these calls, and we got to look at my safety, the dog's safety. It's just a matter of safely weaving ourselves through traffic. He was oblivious that we were behind him.
Constable Robert Kroon and his partner Kay rushed to a residential neighborhood where witnesses saw a man allegedly shooting a gun.
We have a lot of officers there now.
Yeah, for white male, no shirt, very thin, blue jeans, was carrying a silver handgun.
They got a suspect over there that matches the description, so let's talk to the sergeant, see what happens here.
Because he's admitting, yeah, it's me.
Oh, really? Okay, so that is our guy, but he's denying the gun part.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Looks like this may have been a domestic situation between this person and his girlfriend, so we're sending a unit over to one of the local motels to check on the welfare of her.
233 10-7.
While officers continue investigating, Rob and Kay are called to assist a unit nearby.
One of the officers effected a traffic stop, and one of the parties fled. A lot of times people will run from the vehicles, whether it's a breach of their probation, drug offenses. It could be a number of different offenses.
241, I full copy that.
The vehicle wasn't here an hour ago.
Yep.
I roll up and the vehicle's here. All right, so I got one person in the vehicle. There's some evidence that he's been consuming alcohol, and there's a crossbow with a scope in the back of the truck.
Okay.
I got a possible weapons prohibition. We're just trying to work our way through that. All right. He's saying that the guy that was actually driving the vehicle has gone off into the bush.
Did he say which way he ran?
He's off that way. But at this point in time, I can't prove anything.
We're in the middle of nowhere, and this guy's a lone person in the vehicle. He's sitting behind the driver's wheel. There's a beer bottle thrown out. So initially, we don't quite believe him. But that being said, we're going to put the dog out into the middle of the field, and he'll do a little bit of a search. Find this guy. Go find him. Good boy. Find this guy. Well, the wind's blowing back in our face, which is good. If there is someone out there, their odor will blow right at us. Find him. The slightest body language on him tells me how close I may be to the suspect. Where is he? There's no sign of anybody else out here.
After Rob and Kay find no one in the field, the suspect comes clean and admits he was the driver.
He's under arrest, I believe, for the weapons prohibition and possibly impaired driving. Good boy. It's easy to be proud of a dog like Kay. When I get him out, he is the most effective tool that I have on my belt. Oh boy, you must be tired. You have to be tired. I'm tired. This is our first of 4 night shifts, so we're gonna head back out again tomorrow night and do the same thing. Take our calls, hopefully get some bad guys and make a difference.